Students, welcome to the online tutorial sessions for business studies. I am Avinash Lambert, your business teacher. Today we are going to continue our first chapter, which is nature and purpose of business. We are continuing this chapter with the new topic, which is business risk. Now, risk, you already know, it's a danger. There is a possibility of danger. So, what is business risk? Business risk is the possibility. It's a possibility. It's not 100% surely that you will have the losses. No, it's a possibility of inadequate. Inadequate means the amount you have expected has not been reached. Inadequate profits or danger of loss. There are inappropriate profits and there are danger of losses due to some unforeseeable, unpredictable and unfavorable event in the future. Unforeseeable, which you cannot see, which you cannot forecast, unpredictable, and unfavorable, which is bad for your business. So this is business risk. Students, basically a business firm or an enterprise generally faces two types of risk. Basically there are only two types of risk. The first one, which is speculative risk. What is speculative risk? It involves both the possibilities. Of profit and losses. Here, there are possibilities of both the things, either profit or losses, due to the changes in the market condition. Due to changes, some things changed in the market, like demand of some good just increased suddenly and your product just decreased suddenly. So market conditions like fluctuations in the demand and supply or the changes in the prices. For example, some other goods, your substitute goods prices became lower than your product, then your product is gonna lose. So, or fashion, so all these things, if they changes, then there is a speculative risk. Unfavorable condition leads to profit. Favorable condition leads to profit and unfavorable leads to the losses. If there are favorable conditions, suppose the rival product, its price is gone high, then it's a favorable condition for your product. So you will grow. And if they are unfavorable, it will lead to losses. Is that clear? Students, the second type of risk is pure risk. Pure risk. It involves only the possibility of loss or no loss. There is loss and there is no loss. There are only two things. Whether there will be some losses or there will be no losses. We are not talking about the profits. For example, fire occurred in the business. Theft. Some theft has been taking place. Strike by the employees. So due to these reasons, the company will suffer losses and there is a pure risk. Understand? Now, let's move to the next topic. Features of business risk. What are the features? What constitutes the business risk? Now, the first feature is business risk arises due to uncertainties. What do you mean by uncertainty? Uncertainty means lack of knowledge. You have very few information, less information about what's going to happen in the future. Most of us don't know what's going to happen in the future. When our school will reopen, we don't know. Now, uncertainty means lack of knowledge about all the future stuff which is going to happen. What's going to happen in the future. That's the meaning of uncertainties. Now, fluctuations in demand and supply. We don't know when the demand will increase or when the supply will decrease. We don't know. We don't have the idea. Changes in the government policies. When our government will change the policies, we also don't have any idea about that. About the natural calamities or improvement in the technology. So these are the uncertainties which a business suffers as risk. The second is risk is an essential part of every business. It's an essential part. It's a very important part of every business. Now, no businessman can totally escape from risk. Nobody, not a single businessman can escape from risk. Risk may vary from business to business. The amount of risk may vary from business to business, but business risk can be minimized. It can be minimized, but it cannot be eliminated. It can be minimized, but we cannot escape from the clutches of risk. Is that clear? Now, the next one, degree of risk depends on the nature and size of business. What is your business and how much bigger your business is? So, a large scale business, it's obvious, a large scale business and fashion goods business, all those clothing and large scale business have a higher risk. These types of businesses have higher risk as compared to smaller scale business. Is that clear? Every time, in everywhere, the larger scale business and fashion goods industries have the highest amount of risk as compared to the smaller scale businesses. Now, the last one is profit is a reward for taking risk. Profit is a reward. You achieve the profit if you are bearing some risk. There has been rightly said, no risk, no gain. If there are no risk, there are no profits. It is an important principle which applies at all types of business. In every business, there need to be some risk. Otherwise, you won't be having any kinds of gains. So therefore, greater the risk, greater the chances of profit. Is that clear, students? All the features of business risk. Business risk arises due to uncertainties. Risk is an essential part of a business. Degree of risk depends upon the size and nature of the business, and profit is a reward for taking risk. Is that clear, students? Fine. The last topic for today is causes of business risk. What are the causes of business risk? So, first one is natural causes. Natural causes. Now, what are natural causes? All the natural calamities, they come under the natural causes like flood, drought, famines. They all results in the heavy losses of life, property and income. These things affects the income, the property and life a lot. Is that clear? Now, the second one is human causes. Now, what are human causes? The most common cause because of negligence and carelessness. We the human beings have the negligence and carelessness, and due to that, this is the most common cause of business risk. And from whose part? This is on the part of employees. The employees show their negligence and carelessness, due to which the business firm has to bear some risks. Now, the third one, economic causes. What are economic causes? Losses due to market condition. There can be changes in demand, supply, taste and preference directly impact on the earning of the business. Now, if there are changes in the fashion, if there are changes in the taste and preference, if there are changes in the fluctuations, if there are fluctuations in the market condition like demand and supply and the government schemes, then these are the economic causes, and due to which there is a direct impact on the earning of a business. Fine. Now, the last one, other causes. The physical and technical disabilities or political disturbances and the mechanical failure. Suppose the machinery which produces the goods of your firm just gets damaged, then what will do? You can't do anything, because due to that failure of machinery, you are suffering from losses. So these are the causes which affects the business risk. And physical and technical disabilities, suppose your technician is not present there and due to which you suffered some losses, there are some political strikes outside and due to that you are not able to have the business on the track. Therefore, these are the causes of business risk: natural causes, human causes, economic causes, and there are other causes. So that's all for today's video, students, and we will meet you in the next video. So till then, stay home, stay safe.